Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Finding Happiness podcast, where we talk about business, marketing, and personal growth. I am your host, Bobby, and today we have a special guest in the studio, Mr. George Ariano. George is a business owner. He owns multiple barbers here in the Antelope Valley. He also is a real estate boss. He has a team, a partner with his significant other, and they are crushing it. And today I just wanted to invite him. That way he can answer a couple questions in hopes to inspire upcoming barbers and anyone looking to get into the real estate game, because you are freshly new, right?
Yes.
How long you been in the game for?
Couple months.
Dang,
Couple months.
But you've been working, I guess, prior up to that, right? You've already been studying everything. You've been introduced into the...
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, especially because Madi is... I would see it every day, so
there you go.
Just kind of here and just the interest would kind of just let me put it, just get me to pay attention what's going on and how it's being worked from the start to finish. So
so that's going to lead up to the first question, which is, how long have you been a barber, and what's the wildest hairstyle you were asked to cut or you couldn't do?
So I started when I was about 18. Fresh out of high school, so that was back in 2012.
All right. Do your math. You want to know his age.
Do the math. So
that's 2012, dude.
2012.
That's not even that long ago.
Haircuts were about $10 at that time. You know,
where are they at now?
They're touching 30, 40 now.
Ooh,
yeah, so
from $10 to about $30-$40, depending on your barber and if it's an appointment or not.
Right. So it all changed. Definitely.
Okay. So you've been in the game for how many years again?
11.
11 years. 11. And then what's the wildest?
I think at one point there was a trend where people would do the mohawk to make it look like a lizard or a gecko. I couldn't do it. The little legs came out looking like something else. I don't know. So,
we're going to definitely find that graphic to show that hairstyle back then.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do in a situation like that when you can't do it, or do you just swallow it up and say my bad, or do you move them along?
You just got to be confident enough to tell them you can't do it, because if you say you can and you can't, you're gonna piss someone off.
I love that. Yeah. Be confident enough not to take on the cut, but be confident to, yeah, dude, that's just fire.
Yeah, you got to be confident to
decline.
Do it. Whatever you can't do, and just, hey, this is what I feel confident in doing. So maybe you could say, hey, I can't do that, but I could do this.
There you go. So have some confidence on saying I can't do it.
Or if you just want to be a team player, refer it to someone that can.
There you go. So, all right. So, so right now we're going to kind of stick with the whole barber side of your business and what you're doing, because you started on the barber side, and then you more recently transitioned into real estate, but you're still currently working at both shops or somewhat, or what are you doing over there right now? What's that lifestyle looking like?
Right now I just focus on the marketing side.
There you
go.
So
I just try to do as much content as I can. I just kind of trying to do the Bobby thing. I come in with my stabilizer. I try to come and do some videos here and there. I do a lot of Instagram posts throughout the day, whether it's my personal page or the barbershop page. I still look for new clients as well, so I always try to get clients in the barbershop, and I always send them the links to book their appointments. I always push my barbers to do their end of the advertisement, because at the end of the day, they're their own business. Each station is their own business.
That's good.
So I always try to motivate them to continue their business.
That's cool. Okay. So they're pretty much
self-employed
and stuff like that. But it's also cool when you create a culture where they're kind of promoting at the shop.
Right. So that's my job, just to create the culture and kind of just give them a name for themselves through Cutting Edge Barbershop.
That's badass. I think this is every step a barber would eventually go, right? You start off cutting the hair,
and I support it 100%. anyone that has worked at Cutting Edge and went and did their own thing, I support it 100%. You know, it's obviously a flex for me, um, for them to go on and be able to do their own business because they obviously didn't go to another barbershop
They
to
started their own. There you go.
they went and started their own. So if I'm the gateway to people to just kind of come up and do great things, that's a flex for me. That's a good feeling.
There you go, man. There you go. So I like that. I like that. Okay, was it scary to transform from the actual cutting hair, the barber, into more of running the business now, doing the marketing, the sales, and growing it?
Yeah, definitely. I kind of think of it as it's not just you anymore. Now you got to think about, now it's, I want to say we have 15 barbers on both ends, Lancaster and Palmdale. So now I just gotta, it's not just me advertising George. Now it's me advertising 15 other people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets a little overwhelming when it comes to advertisement and kind of fulfilling their needs as well, because you have to be understanding they have a life, and so you got to almost kind of wear your boss shoes, but then also be their friend as well. So you know, they always want to ask for days off or whatever the case is. I'm cool with it. Just kind of meet me in the middle.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that, meeting you in the middle, because they still have to show up for themselves.
Right.
And if you let them slack, well, if you let them and you don't say anything about it,
Then I'm not doing my job.
Yeah, as the mentor, and they'll never leave the barber shop to start their own, which is, again, that's not competition. That's friendship, man. That's community right there.
I think there's enough for everyone to eat.
Hell yeah. Because even if you were the only shop, you wouldn't be able to do it.
No,
You would
it'll
be
be
pissed
too
off
much.
because I can't get a haircut. It's
Right.
always too packed, or this and that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Crazy. All right. So we have a couple more questions, and we'll jump into the real estate part of it.
Cool.
All right. So you already kind of touched bases. What's the average haircut nowadays?
About 30 to 40.
Okay. Is that with like an appointment, or what comes with a haircut that's for $30 to $40?
After COVID, COVID changed the whole game. It definitely went from walking in, waiting a few hours to book your appointment and come in at that time. Hopefully within minutes you're in the chair, knock it out, you're on your way. So it comes with an appointment.
Okay.
Usually, our walk-ins do start at 25. That's my get in the door type price. I always tell the barbers to create a relationship with them. So then now you can make them you can make them a client, obviously. Then you can start charging those appointment prices.
That's fire right there. Because not to jump too much into real estate, but we're in, no matter what business you're in the client relationship building. So
Definitely, yeah.
that's cool. You make them feel good. Like you said earlier off camera, read the person. If they're quiet, kind of be quiet. But if they're talkative, kind of talk with them, build that connection so they keep coming back. And
yeah, you just got to remember, like, if it's a talkative person and they're talking about their kid and playing soccer or whatever the case is, next time, hey, what's up, man? Did they win? Oh, you know, this, that. That's just building a rapport, and that's for everyone. Any business, whether it's barbering or real estate.
Yep.
And Instagram and Facebook makes it so easy now, so you could kind of see what's going on. So you kind of just continue that on the next visit, whether it's with barbershop client or real estate, whatever the case is.
How has how has social media helped you in the barber space? Like, compared, I guess, when you first started to these past couple of years, were you using it like back then, or just?
It was what was it? Facebook was
it was Facebook. It went MySpace, Facebook, and then got into Instagram.
It's definitely changed the game a lot. It's a good way to it gives you exposure for free. So if you use it wisely and you know how to use it well, it's a good way. It's free advertisement.
So do you recommend barbers that are cutting hair, that are working at shops, to make sure they
of course, every day, post every day.
Post with their
post every day, whether you're cutting, you're walking in the barbershop, whatever the case is, anything barbershop related, just let your clients aware that you are working, even on your day off. post a haircut picture. So you book an appointment for the next day or whatever the case is.
That would be that's the key. Don't worry about like that day. You're posting for the future
for the
part.
future.
Get
Definitely.
that appointment booked on your time. Get your Mondays booked or Tuesdays and keep going.
Yeah, definitely. Never stop working. Just we hold these things all day. How hard is it just to press post?
Yeah, there you go.
Now we have AI. They'll make a whole caption for you.
I know, dude, they'll do everything. You still have to show up.
Right.
So that's all it's gonna take is
just show up, and it's plug and play after that.
And plus, if you've already done the whole barber school, it means you spent the money, you did the hours, you've already been showing up. Just continue showing up.
This is like the new modern newspaper here.
Yeah.
So the more you post, the more people know that you're doing what you do.
That's fire, bro. That's fire. Okay. So let's talk a little bit. So we kind of give some tips to some new barbers right there, or even seasoned barbers who still don't want to market. So do the content, create it, because you're making it for your clients. You're adding value. You're getting them to know that you're the best barber for them.
And that's just something that I recently learned and I think it was on the mastermind where you were at the other office.
Okay, yeah.
Know who you're making your content for.
Yes.
Before we'll post a haircut, and what would happen? A lot of barbers will like your stuff. And you're like, okay.
They're not going to have me cut their hair.
Yeah, so now you got to make content to where it attracts your clients.
Yes.
Whether it's, whatever the case is, just find different ways to attract your clientele.
And understand during that process, when you're posting that type of content, all the barbers are liking it, you're getting engagement. It feels good.
Yeah.
When you make that switch, it's going to feel like no one was watching it. You're going to get itchy to go back the other route, but don't, because if you stay consistent, the people eventually will be the clients. And that's why you're doing it, to grow your business, to make your money and change your life. Yeah. I mean, that's why we're all here at the end of the day.
Right.
Man.
It's all a business.
Okay, so how to maintain clientele when you're a new barber? Because that's important. You can cut hair, but
you could be the best barber in town, but if you can't hold clientele, you're not making no money.
So what are ways for new barbers or seasoned barbers that they can do right now, implement to just maintain their clients that they're getting and the new ones that are coming up?
It goes back to what we were talking about. I think holding a rapport with your clients. Anyone that gets in your chair, give them a business card. Let them know who you are. If you have kids, hey, my kid does this. Find something that you can relate with them. So now you guys have some sort of relation, and that helps. Content every day. Reach out. Stories. Stories is a great way. Now, send fire emojis to your clients. Send whatever. Or, hey, man, what's up? When am I going to see you again? Don't be afraid to ask them, hey, it's almost that time for that haircut. Be kind of their
go-to barber,
barber, yeah. Also, going into the go-to barber, if you have people, like if gardeners, whatever the case is, construction workers, and another client is like, hey, I need to do this at my house, or whatever the case is, have a list of people that that can help your other client.
I like
so
that.
Now you're the go-to person. You're like, oh, my barber knows this guy that does this and this and that. Be the go-to person.
Because you get all those people in your chair.
Every 30 minutes.
Everybody that comes in your chair is either working for someone or has their own business. So it's up to you to find out. But they know someone who eventually needs your service, and it just plays.
It's a full circle.
Yeah. They might say, man, I've been struggling this week. I couldn't find someone to cut the grass or something. You know what, bro? Like, I just cut the homie's hair, and he has a business, and they're pretty booming. Hit him up. So, okay.
So now you're the go-to.
I like that. So when a first client for the first time is in their chair, how do you get them to tag you in a picture without, like, do you just straight up say, hey, are you on Instagram? You mind tagging me? Or how do you approach that conversation?
You first kind of if you like the haircut, you'll take the picture. Like, hey, bro, you mind if I take a picture of your haircut?
Okay, so you take the picture first.
Right.
Don't let them leave the chair without you
Yeah.
taking that
So
picture.
then, you know, you kind of obviously if you're taking the picture, they know their haircut is fire.
Okay.
They're
Okay,
like,
so
all
there
right,
you go. Listen up. This is
they
some
know their
nuggets right
haircut
here.
is, and they're like, you take the picture, video, whatever. Hey, bro, you mind if I tag you?
So you do the tagging. Don't worry about them doing it. You
Right,
tag
because
them,
now they're gonna see it on their end.
Okay.
Once you tag them, you have their Instagram. Send them a follow right
There
after.
it goes. And from there, now you're on top of mind.
Now they're gonna follow you back. Now you guys hold a rapport.
And then it comes
They
to
just-
marketing, the content, staying busy.
You hold the
reminding
rapport.
them.
You make content. It just works out.
Follow up,
Follow.
get them booked, cut, collect the money, and continue going.
Yeah.
That's fire. Okay.
So one post does all that.
There you go. That one, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So remember that, yeah, he said it best. Say it one more time. That one
post does a lot of functions. You get a follow, you hold a rapport with them now, you send content out to the world, you get paid.
There you go. All right, all right. Let me just make sure real quick. So we got through all this. We went through some tips for the barbers. Okay, so let's talk real quick. The transition from being the barber, cutting hair, to now marketing and running the business because you're now in real estate. So how has that transition been on you personally, on your mental, on everything, on, you know?
It's definitely different. It's definitely different on the whole transitioning part. You get so used to a routine, especially for doing it, 10 years, 11 years, to now kind of managing your own time and kind of managing the barbershops. And I'm still trying to find my routine.
Okay.
I feel like everything needs a routine somehow, some way. I've been finding myself going to the barbershop kind of just to check in and find if they need any supplies or whatever the case is. I like to go in the morning.
Okay.
And go and check up on them, ask them what they need. And then once I do that, then I go about my day when it comes to real estate. But sometimes the roles change. Sometimes you need to meet with someone for real estate in the morning.
And you have to go
in the afternoon. So I'm just trying to find the balance where I give my business, the barbershops, enough time and trying to grow the real estate business as well.
Do you find yourself putting more time into real estate right now? I mean, naturally, just because you know the barber shop game and it's kind of, I mean, for the most part, it's going.
It should work on its own. It should work on its own. I'm not the micromanaging type, so I kind of just let it do what it does. Okay. Like I said, they're their own. They're self-employed, you know. So, it should be able to just kind of do its own thing. But yeah, I definitely find myself doing more real estate. I definitely find myself doing how do I say it?
You say it.
Just
we'll figure it out.
I definitely find myself working in real estate more than barbershop now, but it's always on the back of my mind, and I'm still always available for the barbershop.
Yeah, you're still there. You just right now, because you got 10 years, you've already built an entire barber, and you got the right 15 plus barbers at the right shop who are crushing it.
Right.
They're the ones cutting it. You just make sure, again, like you said, the supplies, you're running the marketing, you're making sure people are still walking in and knowing it.
Yeah.
But you are learning the real estate game. So
yeah, it definitely requires me to do a lot of learning, a lot of studying. When I mean studying, I hear Madi doing the transactions sometimes, and I just kind of get mental notes and I hear from start to finish. It's like any business that you're about to start, you have to learn it and focus your time on it. So I'm definitely not half-assing it for sure.
No, that's good. That's good. Now, have you been able to convert any clients from barbers into a homeowner yet? Or
Yeah, definitely.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. There you go.
that was the whole reason why I did the whole conversion part. Um, I was just sending so many leads over to Mari, and it was, you know, eventually we just started talking. We're like, hey, let's just become a team. I mean, you already have the fear of influence,
I know I fucking hate that
sphere
word.
of influence.
There you go.
She does too. Let's just kind of merge together and just kind of see what we can do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how important is having a partner, knowing what your goals are, your vision?
I think it's very important. I think it's very important, especially when you're new. Um, I, I'm very lucky. I'm with Mari, so she is very experienced. She knows what she's talking about. Um, she definitely makes things happen. So I feel like I'm very lucky in that aspect, and I get to learn very fast. I live with her, so just
there you go.
We go home and we're still working.
Okay.
And she's a hardworking woman. I'll tell you that much. So there's times where I just want to chill. And she's like, no. Hey, we got to do this.
Shit.
We got to do this. And I admire that so much. And it just keeps me on my toes. And now we kind of just bounce back and forth. Now she helps me with the barbershop stuff, gives me ideas. She's very creative.
That's dope.
So it kind of gives me more ideas to get creative with the content for the barbershop, get creative with my relation with the barbers as well. I like to kind of just stay to myself, but she's definitely tells me like, "Hey, man,
I know you got to check up on her.
You got to do this. You got to do that." Sure. Yeah, so she's definitely a big asset when it comes to the barbershops as well.
Okay, so you do work with your partner. You kind of started off with Madi in the real estate in the real estate industry. You kind of started off with that, pretty much ear hustling, what she was doing.
Definitely.
Giving her the client, and then eventually saying, why not we do this?
Correct, yeah.
So fast forward to now, you guys are crushing it. I see your deals are going through, even with the high interest rates, the low inventory. You guys are still listing properties, still closing deals, which means people are becoming homeowners, which is a good thing. Now, what are some things, or what's one thing that you're doing to help with the high interest rates and the low inventory?
We're definitely getting educated so we can educate our clients.
There you go. So
we just pay attention to what the lenders are saying, to what's going on in the world, because all that has something to do. If so-and-so talks, that obviously affects the market. So,
and it's like programs like the zero down
payment, zero down payment for rural areas,
and which is where we
kind of live. On the outskirts is all rural areas. What else?
I think what was the other one? The it's like low
documentation loans. There's always ways. I feel like there's always ways to become a homeowner. If there's a will, there's a way.
There you go. So I love that. You're educating yourself, not you, but your partner, Madi. Both of you are educating, because you guys, as you enter the world, you both go out. You might be doing your errands. You might have to run to the barbershops. You might do those. You might have that conversation where I don't have the documents, or I can't do this. Well, hold on. You can. I'll get you over to a lender, though. Let them handle it. Always let them handle it. They have the answers, man. Like,
get the lead. That's a whole nother.
Transfer them over.
Right.
And then just stay with them.
Stay with them until you're able to close them.
Because they'll appreciate if you can send them to the right person.
Yeah, if you don't know who to send them to, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah. All right, cool. So obviously, again, you guys are still closing deals through this time, which is great. That means new homeowners in the community. How did it feel with your first client? Like, what did that feel like? Was it a friend, someone close to you, family member?
A family member. Yeah, definitely. And they didn't even know I was doing real estate. They were just kind of like, "Hey, can your girlfriend help us out?" We sure can. It's like, we sure can. So that definitely kind of was a good feeling. I guess it just kind of worked out. And when they felt like they couldn't become homeowners, somehow, some way, we found the best program for them, set them up with the right person, and we were able to get them in their home.
There you go. So,
And
I
it was
guess I'm
family.
so, and that's the cool part, because it's instead of helping the stranger, which is nothing wrong with that,
Right.
but what you're doing right now really affected those around you. And I think that's what we're trying to do at the end of the day.
Right.
What we're doing, the videos, the podcasts, to affect those around us. But you already did that. So that's cool, man. Now it's just like, how many more can I affect? Like,
My goal is to have the whole barbershop homeowners.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
That
because
way-
people will be like, oh, there's no way, man. I'd have to have this. No,
That's my goal.
that's
If I could-
badass.
If I could do that and somehow have them invest their money into some real estate, hey, you're on top of the game.
What do you do with your commission checks? Or with, I guess, what did you do with your first commission check?
Paid a lot of bills.
There you go.
I
Hey,
paid a
but
lot
that's
of
a dad.
bills.
That's what a dad does. That's what a provider does, right? I mean,
Right. Yeah. We paid a lot of bills and
reinvested into the.
yeah, I mean, we had just moved into our new house.
There you go.
So
So
we're-
congratulations on that.
We were blessed. So there was a lot of stuff to get paid. So we were able to pay them. And then, reinvest into our marketing, into everything that has to do with either real estate business or barbershop business. We like to have fun here and there, but most of the time it's all business.
Which
sure.
he's wearing his hat. So shout that out.
There's something that I had came up with a long time ago. I promote the winner's circle. I always like to say that you need to hang out with people who are doing something.
Absolutely.
So you are who you hang out with. Definitely.
you
So
go.
that's what the whole winner's circle is. It's just to promote just go out with winners. Go with winners. So it's just a brand that I like to do for any hustling person, whether it's yourself, you're out there doing your thing, business owners, whatever the case, whatever
Yeah.
you do,
Any hustler out there.
any hustler out there.
That's
This
fire.
is what I promote. And these are our new hats here.
Where can they pick them up at?
DM me.
Yep. Send them a
me,
DM and
or go to Cutting Edge Barbershop 1 or 2 on the Lancaster.
So
We have
George,
some there.
you've crushed it, man. I keep seeing you guys on social media, and it's inspiring because, again, you get to work, you're doing your thing, and then you have Madi, girlfriend, doing her thing, and then you guys are doing it together too.
Right.
So it's inspiring. It's inspiring to see all that. On top of that, you guys got the kids, you're moving up, everything. It's good. It's inspiring to
Yeah.
see that you got the new brand. Where can people connect with you online? What's your handle, whether it's Instagram or where can they connect with you at?
You could find us at Cutting Edge _ Jorge, JORGE, or Mari, your realtor, either or. When you hit us up, you get 2 realtors at one time.
That's fire.
So if I'm not available, she's available, or vice versa.
There you go. There you go. So you guys connect with them, whether it's on real estate or the barber, or if you have a side hustle or anything like that, connect with them, rock the hats, the merch, and see all that. But I appreciate you, my man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us.
And if you're a barber and you want to come up, or you're thinking about becoming a barber, do that shit. If you want to become a real estate agent or investor, do it. People are dying today, tomorrow, yesterday. Shit's happening all over the world.
Definitely.
Don't worry about the small things. Just go and take the risk. Without the risk, there's no change. Without no change, your life is going to stay the same. And if
Right.
you're not happy,
No risk, no reward.
no, not at all. So you guys go and get yours because we're going to get ours.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.